out.
I'm just saying, but if you did, and you wasn't like, but you was on some chill shit, like you trying to get right, you trying to forgive them and shit, and you didn't know what they was doing because you stopped following up with them and shit, and you just pull up an academics video and you're like, yeah, these niggas said they was gonna smoke your homie, they was gonna shoot your mama, he fucked this nigga's sister, got her pregnant, this, that, and the third, you would want to kill that nigga even more. It would make it worse.
I'm gonna say this right, like I had a situation, I ain't gonna say his guy's name, I ain't gonna say his name, give him no clout, but I had a situation with Rocco.
I know what you're talking about. Don't talk about that. We're not talking about that.
Give you an example.
You don't need to.
And I was like,
you don't need to. We don't need to talk about that. We're not talking about that.
Okay, but
because that's serious. We ain't talking about that.
Right. That's why I decided. You know what? I can't do no more interviews because I don't. But I see what you're saying, though. But I'm saying also in a sense.
But academics,
rappers have to take accountability for their actions.
I can agree, like I said, but it's not just their accountability because they already had that shit going on.
Right.
He ain't got no business hopping into some shit that ain't got nothing to do with him. Because if they would have smoked him for reporting this shit, that's his fault for getting smoked. He's talking about some shit he ain't got nothing to do with. It's none of his business.
So you say that if you was a rapper, you would pull up on academics?
No. He ain't got nothing to do with me. He don't know nothing about nothing I got going on. But I promise you, if he was to report on some shit and ain't got nothing to do with it, and it had something to do with me, I would check him on that.
And how would you check?
Just like Meek Mill did. And just like Vic Mensa did.
Calling him a bitch?
I might not call him necessarily a bitch, but I might
say
some
that was
other
very
things.
disrespectful. You talk to a grown man.
Okay, he act like a bitch. He shouldn't. If you're a grown man and you don't want to be called a bitch, don't carry yourself like a bitch.
So you don't feel like. So this, I'm just want to hear what you're saying. I'm just trying to understand. Now I ain't trying to stop how you feel. How you feel. So you saying blog sites should promote, shouldn't say promote because the rapper's doing it. You say they shouldn't repost it.
I'm saying this nigga making whole content off of it. His whole come up was off the plight of black people.
I understand it, but why didn't Meek Mill check the guy who was talking about his baby mama and talking about the guy?
How you know he didn't?
Why he checked academics like that? Why he ain't
because academics got a bigger platform than all of those niggas combined. I promise you, academics could drop a song and get more streams than half those niggas.
Fact.
So
but,
that's what I'm saying.
But I just feel like also they're trying to bully them.
When it comes to these niggas is beefing over the internet, but towards each other, right? Academics is taking that and bringing it to a platform of niggas who ain't got no business in that business, bringing it to people who don't know nothing about it. So not only did you hop in somebody else's business, you brought other people to somebody else's business.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. He ain't got no business talking about that shit. He don't. If it's somebody, what kind of grown man just hops in another grown man business and he ain't got no relation to them grown men? Well, would you do that?
As a blogger?
If you see two old grown men arguing, you would be like, hey, y'all, these niggas arguing, they about to fight. You gonna do that?
Nah.
Okay, then, that's some bitch shit. That's what academics does.
But I also feel like they do that because academics not a street nigga. And they know he's not a street nigga. And they know he ain't about that life.
I disagree. Because they beefing with each other and they both street niggas. They obviously don't care about that.
I understand it. But Meek Mills, and I look at it like this right here. I see where they coming from. Hey, y'all got the right to feel how y'all want to feel. But why are you... I'm not saying anybody can get checked. And that ain't what I'm saying. Anybody can get checked. I can get run up on. But at least run up on the street niggas first. Don't run up on the blogger first. You gonna run up on academics.
No, that's the thing. That's what niggas don't realize. When it comes to street business, if it ain't got nothing to do with you, you don't do nothing about it. You let them niggas hash it out unless you got personal ties to those niggas.
Right.
That's why Meek Mill ain't checking them niggas, because that's not his business. That's not his beef. And at the end of the day, niggas don't know. Meek Mill be doing reform, talking to niggas, trying to get niggas to stop beefing in his city. So, if academics is reporting on beef in his city and he trying to stop the beef in his city, that's gonna piss him off because he trying to get that shit to stop, and academics is escalating it.
But Bill, he's also talking about shooting people and smoking dead ops. That's a fact. But Meek Mills is still talking about shooting people.
Not really, not anymore. You gotta listen to this nigga music.
He did try the little thing.
You heard his new album?
He doesn't have an album out.
Championship.
He was talking about shooting people.
He was, but he wasn't talking about dead ops and all that. He was talking about people getting shot more necessarily. You need to listen to that. Listen to the album.
It was okay. It was mid.
It was an 8.
It was Reggie.
I give it an 8.
It was Reggie.
It was an 8. I give it an 8.
But the gist is what I'm saying is, Meek Mill is saying one thing, but he knows at the end of the day he has to talk about shooting people and drugs, sex, and violence because that sells and that pays his bills.
He talks about it, but he doesn't talk about it. He talks about it, but he doesn't necessarily The way he talks about it is he's telling you about it. He's telling you about what happens. That's like, you know what I mean?
Right.
He's not naming names.
Well, academics ain't naming names.
Yes, he is. Academics name you. Come on, bro. Academics is the king of naming names, naming whole gangs, giving nicknames, baby names, middle names, last names, all of that. Come on, bro. Bro, I promise you, bro. If the FBI was smart, they could indict whole organizations of niggas off of academics videos, bro, if they wanted to. Now I'm not saying academics is the feds, because that's not what he's trying to do. Academics is just trying to entertain niggas, which is ain't nothing wrong with that part of it.
Right.
But the way he's going about it is fucked up.
You feel like blacks should get reparations?
Yes.
Oh wow.
I shouldn't have to explain that, bro.
I fuck with it. I agree with it though.
I shouldn't have to explain that.
I agree on it. I feel like we've been over the 40 acres and a mule.
Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is, though. I think the reparations black people should get, they just shouldn't have to pay taxes.
That's only for the Indians though.
I don't think we should get a lump sum of money, but we should just not have to pay taxes. That's what I think. That'd be dope.
I agree though, because I feel like foreigners get better benefits than black people.
Yeah.
And guess what? Who started that? The Democrats.
That was the old Democrats, though.
But it's still the Democrats though.
Nah,
but that's like saying the old Republicans started slavery, which they did.
But the old Republicans also, you want you to realize most of the old first black senators were Republicans. The Republican Party changed because they got all the black senators out in the beginning. Frederick Douglass, Republican. I'm just saying, most of these good black people that helped our people were Republicans at first.
Yeah.
And when white people saw that, they put a stop to that and got rid of them. So they purposely changed the Republican Party because it was predominantly black and for black people. That's what a lot of people don't know. I know that because I care about it. I'd like to find out about my history.
But it also was a quote that said, all Republicans didn't start slavery. No, all Republicans, not a racist, but all racists is Republicans.
I never met a racist that wasn't Republican, but I'm not gonna say that's the truth.
You're not gonna say that's the truth?
Yeah. And also, I feel like just because you do racist shit sometimes doesn't make you a racist. Sometimes you just don't know better.
You feel like you gotta be a street nigga to be a real nigga?
No.
And hip hop is look like it though.
Disagree. We got Chance the Rapper out, nigga. We got J. Cole out. Nigga, Chance the Rapper. Ooh, I love my wife. I love my wife.
He makes garbage
Let's
music.
go ride a bike with my
garbage
wife.
music.
It's not garbage all the time. He be making some. He a hit or miss for me. Cause sometimes the shit be hard, and the other time it just be.
He only got one good album cover, but the rest of the shit is just trash.
Man, nah, acid rap was hard.
That shit was weak. That shit was Reggie.
Weak.
Reggie.
Acid rap was hit.
And also,
Was that a mixtape?
I believe so. He's quote unquote independent.
He is.
Allegedly.
He's independent.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
You don't think if he had a deal, niggas would know about it? If it's long?
Dolph also said he was about to sign a $22 million deal and he declined it. I don't believe shit these rappers say, because rappers are professional liars. Professional liars. They are proficient liars.
At the time, you gotta think, but Young Dolph was bubbling. If he would have signed the deal, no, but listen, if Young Dolph would have signed the deal, he would be huge now. He would be bigger than he is. So think about it, right? If somebody's giving you a $22 million deal, it's because they know they can make more off of you. I feel like they could have made more than $22 million off of Young Dolph if they would have used their resources on him. So I'm not gonna say I believe it, but I'm not gonna say it's a stretch.
I'm not gonna say it. You know why I disagree with that? Because at the height of his career, with Preach was bubbling.
Nah, that wasn't the height of his career.
That was the height of his career.
The height of his career is when his car was getting shot up and he was beefing with Yo Gotti. That was the height of his career. That nigga had dropped 3 mixtapes in 3 weeks. That nigga was bubbling. That was around the time when they tried to give him that
street
deal.
buzz. I'm talking about on the charts.
I'm talking about on the charts too, nigga. Don't play with me, Ho Gotti, you a hoe, man. Come on, bro. Every club.
I disagree. I don't believe that because I don't believe nobody in their right mind gonna turn down $22 million. Unless
he's already making millions, which I agree he probably was. And this is my thing. If you got to think about it, he's a smart man. He has artists under his label already. He's a businessman.
they're not even
If you're
close to what he is.
I know, but this is what I'm saying though. If you're a businessman, you know they offering you 22 million because they know they can make more than 22 million off of you, which means you have the potential to make more than that. So if you believe in yourself,
Possibly.
to a certain degree, you would turn that deal down.
I don't believe Dolph is gonna.
Especially you don't know what was in the deal. They might have wanted 90% of his publishing, 90% of his masters.
Still $22 million. That's
It's
money
not worth
set
it.
for life, though.
It's
That's
not.
life changing money. But I don't even know.
I would have declined the deal, bro.
You say you would have?
Yes.
I mean, it's easy to say now, but they put that money across the desk and they say Mill signed
I
there.
done seen money. Come on, bro. I ain't seen 22 million, but I done seen money
I ain't
before.
seen.
I done seen money before. I'm not worried about that.
But just because if they say it's worth $22 million, that don't mean you get $22 million front.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You don't know what was in that contract that he read. It might not have really been worth it.
That's fact.
It might have, bro. You gotta think about it, bro. They might have wanted his rights. They might have wanted Key Glock shit. You feel what I'm saying?